All right. Hey, team. So I am here with Shawna, and we are going to actually, not really we, she is going to share with you some things that I think are really going to be beneficial. So there was a post, I forget what post it was. Um, and she had commented on there. Basically, she was doing the damn thing. And I messaged her and I was like, girl, I need to know what you are doing. And she did not just message me back. She sent me like a book, and I was like, okay, I'm mind blown. You have to share this with the team. And she was like, okay, I will. So Shauna is going to share with us today. We titled it 0 to 600 because as you're getting ready to hear, she kind of struggled a little bit through the summer, as many of us did. And then she decided, like, I'm off the struggle bus. Like, I'm done. I am kicking the excuses. And she's going to share all that. So, Shauna, before we get started, if you will introduce yourself, let us know how long you've been a stylist, share your promotion and your bonus that you got last month, and then we'll get into the training.
Okay. Hi, my name is Shawna. I have been a stylist on the team since June of 2020. So I just pandemic was going on. I had tried it like the year before, hadn't really had money to buy it. And then of course, everyone got those stimulus checks. So I bought some sets off of a local girl, and then I also placed 2 online orders with a friend of mine that I think she was signed up under you, Danielle, but she's no longer a stylist. And that is Nicole Norman. Yeah, she's I know, I work with her mom. So I had placed 2 orders off of her, and I got them and I just loved them. And then I was friends with the person that I enrolled with that's no longer a stylist. But so I was like, I looked at my husband one day, I was like bouncing it back and forth, and I was like, you know what? I think maybe I'll sign up. What do I got to lose? Like I had tried Mary Kay like years before and did not do well with it. Like it was an awful experience for me. Did not, like, nobody wanted to buy it because it is kind of, sometimes the price, but you do get what you pay for. So anyways,
Yeah.
I signed up like that evening, and I haven't looked back since. I'm still here. So I'm kind of going to get a personal a little bit. I'll start with May, actually, for my summer. May was a very, very bad month for me. Those of you that aren't on my personal page do not know, but I ended up losing my mom to cancer. My last party that I actually had was going on, and it was ending the weekend that my mom passed away. And I felt awful because I was like not with it 100% with this party. So I felt bad. But the girl's a good friend of mine, and she's always like done parties with me before, which my party, everyone's different. My parties, I don't usually ever get sales from them. It's all about the connections and getting new people to my VIP space. That's literally a party for me. I every now and then I'll get a sale, but every stylist is different. Some of us on the team get like lots of sales, and some of us don't. Everyone's different. So anyways, May was super, super rough for me, obviously. And then June started, and we all know how the summer months are. So June was actually my colorversary month. I did some giveaways and some sales. Normally on, like, I always do like a live dice sale, like on a slow month. Normally I would get like $300 in sales from the live dice sale. No, I got like 100 this time. So it was a little rough in June. I still managed to BQ, which, you always want to at least do that. Well, I guess it's not BQ anymore, it's qualify. So then July came. July July 1st, I started feeling off, like something, I don't know, something's not right with me. It was like that time of the month for me. And I just thought, oh, well, maybe that's what it is. The next day I had a family gathering and found out I had COVID. So I wasn't able to go and spend the first 4th of July that I had planned on going to see my family in over 10 years because I got COVID. So I had the weekend off originally anyways, and I got to go back to work on Wednesday. Went back to work on Wednesday. On Friday, I had to go send my papers in to the company I work for so that I didn't get pointed and get fired for missing days for COVID because they changed the whole process. So Saturday morning, I wake up and I am just like, my husband's like, what is wrong with you? Like, there's something wrong with you, Shawna. Like, oh my gosh, you're just like, you can tell you're in pain. You're not moving. I'm like, my stomach hurts so bad. I do not know what's wrong with me. And he talks me into going to the ER. I'm there. They get me in. They start running all kinds of tests. Find out I have to have emergency surgery. My appendix needed to be taken out. So there's another, I think, almost 3 weeks I was off of work. So yeah, July was like super rough for me. And we had that Beat the Heat incentive. And so I originally wanted to do 700. Like, I wanted to get that subscription box. I wanted to get those $120 in gift cards, but I didn't hit 700. I didn't hit 700. I hit like 400. And the last day that I came up with the money so that I could win that subscription box, two of my friends at work, I was like, they had bought sets for me. And the one girl was a younger girl. And I was like, hey, you know what? You should do me a favor. You should post this picture of the set that you're doing on your personal page. You should like tag me, tag the group, and then you should invite some of your friends. So she did. So of course we started conference. I was super pumped about that, like so excited for conference. I will be there live one day. So that really started August. I was like, all right, like we're getting ready. Fall launch is coming. They hadn't given us a date, obviously, because conference hadn't hit yet. But I was like, I want August to be good for me. August was also my birthday month. So I had like, I'm a 90s baby. I had all these 90s games and all this stuff planned, which if you're on my team, you know that Lindsay called me like the scheduling queen because I'm scheduled a month out. Like right now I'm working on October. So I have all that scheduled in advance. So if life happens, like when I had COVID and surgery, like I'm still there. Like my light is still on. People still know that I'm showing up. Like, so this one girl found me from the girl that had shared my page. And I don't know like what stylist she had used before me. I didn't ask her and she didn't say, but she is like a big Color Street addict. Like this girl has been giving me all kinds of sales and she's invited her friends. She's actually hosting a party for me right now that started today. So she started my month. And then I didn't know it yet, but there was like a Sunday or something. It was during conference. It was like a week before my birthday. I posted birthday bundles. Later that day, we get the email about fall launching. So I'm like, crap. So I went ahead with my birthday bundles. I think I sold like 4 or 5 of my birthday bundles. I used the graphic that April had posted earlier about the summer and birthday bundles. That was like 8 of them. I took her words, but I kind of made it my own so it would sound like me, obviously. And so I sold 5 birthday bundles. And
Can you share with like for the newer stylists what the birthday bundles are? We have a lot of new people and they might not know like what you mean when you say birthday bundles. And those are always like a big hit. Any kind of bundles are a big hit in VIP spaces. But if you could just tell them kind of like what, if you want to show it, it's fine, or just tell them.
So for mine, I did like, you had the option, you could get one set like April had posted in the graphic. One set with a couple of goodies, which can be like anything, whatever fits your business budget. Like I put a twosie in there. I put, anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge Friends addict. I still have from my Secret Santa from this team from last year. They bought me Friends of socks and penguin stickers.
Oh
So I just now opened the penguin stickers and I've been putting them in with like my little bundles or whatever. Like, it doesn't say what gifts you're going to get on it.
Right.
It just says gifts. So do what fits your business budget. Don't break the bank, don't break the house, just do what works for you. So that's kind of like what I did. And with the fall ones, I did like, you got a set of nails. I think I put like a goodie or so in there. And then I gave them a catalog, obviously, and one of the fall twosies. But back to the birthday bundles. The first option is the $12. You get one set and, a couple of goodies. And then the bonus birthday is what April called it, which I just kind of left it at that name. You got 2 sets for $20 and you got some goodies. One girl that I work with I had never even given this girl a sample. She just came up to me. She wanted to see a book one day and was like, "Oh, can you order me these 2 sets?" And I was like, "Sure." Like her sets hadn't even came in yet when I posted that about the birthday bundle, and she bought a birthday bundle. She has then bought she bought a buy 3 get one when I was pushing to hit senior stylist last week. And she bought another set. Like when people know, like, and trust you, they really do support you. And this one girl that's been supporting me, like I got from my friend sharing my name and my group on her page. This girl was like all about helping me, like, "Oh yeah, like, I really I've met this girl like twice because she's like lives around the area that I live in. But yeah, she's always commenting when I'm like, 'Hey guys, I need help.' She's like, 'Okay, let me see what I can do.'" That's just kind of how it happened. Something I didn't get to tell you, that's actually happened in the past couple of days. So Team No Excuses guides are like absolutely amazing. If you have not went through the guides, I highly, highly recommend them. The other day, I rewatched one of Danielle's videos from like last year, that it talks about VIP groups and messaging 20 people that has never interacted before. So I started that the other day. I finished it yesterday. I messaged 20 VIPs. One girl that has been in my group since right after I became a stylist has never interacted, never, like, I've messaged this girl before, never answered. This girl answered me yesterday. Not only did she want a sample, but she wants to order soon.
Girl
has been in my group for 2 years, never nothing. So that's not even the best part of it. So I go through and I message my 20 people. I got 6 responses. 5 of those are samples, just got sent out today. 5 samples.
Oh my gosh, I am so proud of you. Let me just tell you guys really quickly, because if you guys ever see this name Shawna that pops up replay on trainings, I will tell you, this girl is the queen of replays. Like, I will see something pop up, like Shawna commented on something from 2018 and she's back watching trainings from 2018, and she literally like always listens to trainings. It's insane. Like, there's nobody on this team in my 4 years of being on this team that have watched replays like this girl is doing this training right now. So she is a student stylist at its finest.
I got an award for that, Danielle.
Oh my gosh, you are incredible. Like, you seriously, you have probably seen every training in this group, I would say.
Most of them, yeah. And some of them that aren't in the guides, I'll just search like VIP groups, PV, like whatever. Like, it's really good. So for newer stylists, I know Danielle has done a training on this, but I started using this probably last September, and I was consistent there for a while, but then some things happened and I kind of got off track. So at the end of August, actually, I have the date here, August 22nd through the 28th, I started using my Nail Your Week form again. So on this, I have that I sent out 2 samples, one to Maggie, which is a girl that I work with, and one to a girl named Kayla, which got added to my group because I messaged 7 of my VIPs and said, hey, or I said like, hey girl, because I just use that a lot. I know I shouldn't, but that's how people know me. So I messaged like 7 of them that even if they don't buy from me, I know that they like to like, comment, and share and support me. So I messaged them, was like, hey girl, I'm really trying to expand my business in my customer space. Would you mind adding some of your friends and family to my VIP club? Tell them why you love it. 3 girls invited quite a few of their friends and family. So because of the one girl, that's how I got the 1 sample. And this girl that works with me that I give a sample to, I don't even think she used a sample, and she bought 4 sets of me off of me last week, which is part of how I broke my 0 on day 1. So then this week so far, I messaged a lady that bought some Ohio State nails off of me. I know she's like a huge Ohio State fan. And I sent her one of the gift cards that I got. People that were like loyal orders, customers, I sent some gift cards to, and 2 of them have used them already. So that was those gift cards that we earned on that incentive was really awesome. So far on my Nail Your Week form, I have 8 samples that I sent out already. 8 books, 8 samples. Like, and I was just thinking before this even started, I was just thinking about that graphic you shared last week with that train. I was like, man, I think I'm going to do that next month. I was going to do it in a couple weeks, but I'm like, I'm already at 8, like just 8 this week. So, the girl that bought the Ohio State nails, she has obviously shared her nails with somebody because she said, hey, can you send me a book? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, it's really not for me. It's for some girls that we go camping with that don't really use the internet and they would love a book. So I'm like, okay. So then my mom.
Wait, when you say book, do you mean catalog?
Yes, catalog.
Okay,
sorry.
I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? A book? Okay, catalog.
Catalog. So my mom's best friend, I started doing game night winners in July, like I do 2 game nights a week. So every game night, I'll pick somebody that has commented or something to be a winner. So in July, I sent all of my winners a fall twosie and a catalog because, I mean, it doesn't say what you're getting when you win. So one of them was my mom's best friend, and she messaged me and said, hey, my sister-in-law would like to try a sample. Could you send a sample and a catalog to her? I was like, yeah, I got you, girl. No worries. So then the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just came out of those messages when I messaged those 20 people. I got 6 responses so far, and only 5 of them wanted a sample. The other girl's like, it's just not my thing. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I just really like to see your content and interact. Okay, that's cool with me. Like, if you want to be there to interact, that's really awesome. So I definitely recommend this Nail Your Week form because my business has been going a lot smoother since I've been incorporating that back in. But I mean, I've heard you say a lot of times, Danielle, there's a difference between being consistent and being committed. Sometimes when we're consistent, we're like on autopilot. And I feel like during this summer, like that's where I was, like autopilot. There was so much going on. I was dealing with the grief of losing my mom and then having COVID and having to have surgery. Like it was just a huge whirlwind. Like, so my VIPs knew I was showing up but they didn't know behind the scenes what exactly was going on. So I also recommend lives. I've been going live in my VIP space a lot more. Actually, I went on live one time and cried about my brother, because me and my brother have not had a good relationship like our whole adult lives. And at my mom's funeral, most of the people were seated, and you know how you're supposed to sit in the front. There was my stepdad, my brother, an open seat, and my sister. And my brother made me sit beside him. And he invited me out to his house that day. And I was like, no, I got to get back to the kids. Well, my husband didn't hear this. So then when we got to the grave site and they did their, thing out there, my brother comes up to me again, and my husband heard him. And he's like, let's go. Come on, let's go. So I went on live a few days after the funeral and told my VIPs about it, and with my brother, and I bawled my eyes out, Danielle. Like, I bawled. And then we had that following weekend, we had like a little service at my parents' house for my mom and my sister-in-law, because they did a small wedding before my mom died, because they wanted her to be there. My sister-in-law comes up and says, here you go, here's an invitation to our formal wedding, which I just went to last weekend. So yes, but my VIPs know all about that. Like, if you share things with them, like I gifted the subscription box that we got to a friend of mine. She got entries that month and she was the winner for it. But I went live and I showed them, and they were like so excited. I know some people get like really nervous with lives. I get really nervous. I'm like in this room and I'm walking around, because that's what makes me more comfortable. I can't like sit down, because then I just get like, all nervous. Not that I'm not nervous as it is, but when you share things with them, it just goes back to the know, like, and trust you. Literally, like that is what a lot of my VIPs are. And this one girl, her sister referred her to me. She never did her nails. Never. She tried Color Street. She loves it. She ended up being my winner for June, and she got 3 of the $10 gift cards, and she's used them already, and she's constantly buying from me. She loves the color pink. She loves it being on her nails. We kind of have something in common, because she's a breast cancer survivor, and that's the cancer that my mom had. So we have like lots in common, and she just really treats me like, because her sister thinks a lot of me, like almost like I'm a daughter to her. So we have so much in common that we just connect, and she just like buys from me. She's like, I'm so happy to support you. So no, people know, liking, and trust you, and being real. Like, I'll go live and my hair's okay, but it's normally a hot mess when I go live. Not unless I'm just getting off work. Like, I don't know if Mary Lemming is watching this, but she could tell you, she sees me all the time, and she's like, I just love watching your lives. I guess one of the biggest advices I can give is nail your week. And when you have so much passion for Color Street, it literally shows. Like, I don't even have to be around. Like, I always take my bag to work with me. And my friends that work up at the service desk, like, they know my bag is there. And if they have their nails done and someone starts complimenting on them, they're like, here, we have a girl here that works here named Shawna, and she sells it. She did this to a worker, and she gave her a couple of different twosies, and the girl tried them. She loved them. And then she bought 4 sets off of me last month. So yeah. And I'm a pretty popular person where I work at. So yeah, everyone loves Shawna. I don't know why, but they do. And that's what a lot of mine is just the people from getting to know me and trusting me. Like, it goes a long way. It really does. because I don't like, I know a lot of people have really good luck with their nail bars and stuff, which I haven't had one since May. I'm awful at them. I really am. I'm more at the connecting and like getting them into my VIP space than getting the sales from the parties. So.
Well, Shawna, I love, you said so many times throughout this training about know, like, and trust. And that's something that's so huge in this business model. And if you guys take anything from this, it's the fact that Shawna has showed up every day. Like, she truly is the scheduling queen. And when she said, some of you might not know what she meant when she said she schedules out. So that means that she sits down and she schedules her entire month in her VIP group. So like right now, September is done in her group. So now she's able to focus on nail bars or beauty socials, whatever we want to call it.
Yes.
But she's able to focus on that. She's able to focus on enrolling. She's able to focus on making new connections. She's able to focus on following up with those quiet VIPs. Like, her business is running while she's doing life. And like she said, when something unexpected comes up, she's able to still have her business running. So I love that you talked about that. I love that you brought up being consistent versus being committed, because there is a difference. Now, like you said, we can get on autopilot like a lot of us were during the summer. We were just going through the motions, doing the things, but we weren't committed. We weren't putting in the work. And like you said, you're consistent because your VIP group is scheduled out. But being committed, you are messaging those silent VIPs and offering them samples, thanking them for being in your group. You are scheduling nail bars. You are sampling people. Like, you are committed because you're putting in the work. So we got to make sure that we're not only consistent in our business, but we're staying committed in our business. And I love that you're using the Nail Your Week form, because I have made it a point, like, it is a non-negotiable that I use that every single week. Since I came back from conference, I use that every week. And I attribute that to 2,000 plus in sales last month, and doing 9 nail bars last month, and all of the things that I've done because I'm using that form. So I'm remembering to do all the things in my business. And that's what the Nail Your Week form is. It's basically an outline of your week. And if you want to continue to stay committed to your business and consistent, you use that form, and it just reminds you of all the things that you need to do every single week. Do I fill it every week? No, but it's there as an outline, as a reminder of what I should be doing. But if you don't fill it all, it's okay. You've got to give yourself grace, because we're not all perfect. Every week is not going to be an amazing week, but it's just a good thing to keep us on task and remind us of what we need to do.
I have a couple more things to add, actually.
Go, girl.
So I have been, like I said previously, I've been a stylist for 2 years. And every time there's been spring, fall launch, I've always gotten a bundle. I've always thrown out so many of these catalogs because I never sent them. Literally, if someone would ask me for one, I would, okay, yeah, here, I got one for you. Now I keep them in my bag, and I'm actually running out. I have 11 left. And mind you, I got 2 of the fall bundles. So I had 50 catalogs because they sent 25 each. And I have 11 left because I have sent to every game night winner. I actually had a girl the other day who's been in my group for about 6 or 8 months. I work with her. She knows I do Color Street, but she just came up to me randomly and was like, hey, do you have a book? Like, my daughter said something about wanting to order them, and I would like to look at. I was like, sure, girl, I got you. No problem. So I literally just have 11 of these left, because every sample that I've sent out, there's been one in it. Any game prize winner, there has been one in it. It's just, I can't believe, like, I'm just amazed because I've never sold through all of these, and I'm gonna have to order more when commissions hit this week because I'm gonna go through them. Another thing that I do, I am all about the calendars and the graphics group. I was introduced to those early as being a stylist, and I would always every month follow it to a T. Well, I have rebranded, and we just had our 1-year anniversary of my rebrand. These are my, I don't know if you can see them very good or not. These are my little business cards. Mine is called Friendships and Tips. I love the TV show Friends. I have my entire life, ever since I ever watched it. It was a family thing. We always, me, my mom, my stepdad, my brother, and my sister, we always watched it every night between 5 and 6. That's what we was watching. And so I had a lot of help from Christine Brock and Lindsay Hendricks on rebranding. And they helped me decide my little penguins. I got 2 little penguins there that look like Hugsy off of Friends. And Lindsay helped me come up with the name. And I let my VIPs come up with names for my 2 little penguins. And we did a vote, and their names are Pip and Squish. So I I literally, here's my little thank you cards that have them on them. I don't know how well you can see that. Which I got these off of Vistaprint. I ordered those like last year, and I still have a ton of them, but you can add your logo and stuff. So I still use stuff from that graphics calendar, but I now incorporate stuff to make it more personal and more about my brand, like stuff to do with Friends, because that's probably one of the first things, if someone that knows me, they're going to tell you is Shawna likes iced coffee. Shawna loves the TV show Friends. She loves pink and purple. Just multiple things actually to prove that. I have pictures. My birthday this year, I wanted to work because it was the first birthday that I was having without my mom. I went into work. They had decorated the office that I go in and out of that said happy birthday. One of my friends had gotten me a Friends cake that said, thank you for being a friend, Shawna. One girl got me a pink and purple pen because she knows how much I love pink and purple. So I just kind of incorporate that because I don't do a whole lot on nails and sales, but I feel like some people kind of get turned off when it's just about nails and sales. So I just incorporate it to be more like me. And now I'm only using like maybe half of the graphics from that graphics calendar. Lindsay Hendricks is probably so tired of hearing from me because I literally message her every month and was like, oh my gosh, Lindsay, I only used 11 from that calendar this month. Like I don't know, just if you make it more about you, because like you say all the time, Danielle, they're not buying nail polish, they're buying you. I mean, they are buying nail polish, but you know what I mean? They are buying you. So like that one customer I got in August, for example, she has obviously worn Color Street before. She has told me about all the sets that she has. She's obviously went through a stylist before, but she's getting to know, which I have no idea who her stylist was, didn't ask, like I wasn't trying to steal her or anything, but this girl obviously knows, likes, and trusts me because she's bought, oh my gosh, I'm venturing to say almost $200 worth of nails off of me since August. Like between the fall bundle, the birthday bundles, like sets that I have on hand, like when people know, like, and trust you, they're gonna, and they know more about you, then they're gonna buy you. Like you always say, Danielle.
Yes, that's so true. So Shawna, I would love for you to share. So if somebody's watching this and they're like, okay, I'm struggling, I'm on autopilot, I want to get my business back on track, what would be your advice for them to get their business back on track?
I guess I would have to say a couple of things. For one, I recommend the Nail Your Week form because watching you, even recently, I know that I've watched all your trainings, but it kind of caught my eye about something. And if I wouldn't have been doing something, a section on this form, I would have never known that my customer did not get her game prize, which she hadn't tried Color Street before. So there was a twosie and a catalog in it. I know the girl very well, but the follow-up on this form, if I would have never followed up with her to know, I would have just been thinking, oh, she got the catalog, she got the sample, she didn't like it, like, you know, done deal. I messaged her the other day and was like, hey girl, did you get your catalog and the twosie I sent you? And she said, no, I've been watching for it. I was like, no worries, I'll get you another one. And then that's when she told me that her sister-in-law wanted to try it. So I just dropped one in to her again and to her sister-in-law yesterday
Oh
for
my
a sample.
gosh.
Yeah.
I
So
love that. Let me tell you a story too, since you just said that, because I was going through and following up with my samples from last week today, and there was a lady, it was actually, let's see, I think it was 8 days ago I sent it out and she never got her sample. And she was like, I have 8 sets in my cart on your website waiting to buy, but I want to try the polish first. And I'm like, thank God I followed up, because like this lady's about to place an order for 8 sets, but she wants to try the polish first. So I told her, I was like, you know what? I'm going through later the city that she lives in. I'm going to be driving through there when we go to dance. I said, I'm hand delivering this sample to you and you're trying it today. And she was like, okay, as soon as I try it, you know, I want to go and place that order. But I'm like, that follow up, ooh, that follow up is key. So yes.
it really is. And like, I've always been the one that you say all the time, if you can't handle the word no, then this is the wrong business for you. So there is like a bunch of people that are not on my personal page. I request to be their friend. But if you don't ask, then the answer is always going to be no. So like with these 20 people that I messaged, that one girl has been in my group for 2 years, never commented on anything. And then like sent her multiple messages. She's never answered me. And I thought, I'll give it a go again. Like she's never been active and she wants a sample and she wants to buy 5 sets. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm literally going to start going through my group again and messaging people that aren't active. Like, hey, and it was just like a simple, it wasn't like nothing spammy. It was like, hey, hey Danielle, I noticed you've been in my group for a while and I've never sent you a sample. Would you like to try Color Street? That was literally all.
Oh my gosh, that is so simple. Because I was about to ask you, like, what are you sending? Because I know people are watching this and they're like, oh, I want to do this. But I love that. It is. I mean, you could even say something like, if you want to make it exciting, you could say, oh my gosh, Shawna, you were randomly selected to get a free gift from me. What's your address? I'm going to drop it in the mail. And the free gift is a catalog and a couple accent packs or twosies or whatever you want to call it.
And if it doesn't work the first time, or you try something the first time and it doesn't work, don't be afraid to pivot. Like I've messaged people before and asked about samples and have been left on red or whatever. And actually a couple of these people, I think before I left me on red, but the one girl answered me right away. A couple of other people was like, yeah, I would like to try it. So like if you message them once and like they don't answer, like maybe change up your wording. Like before I would have like this really long message about it, but this time I was
not the word vomit, Shawna, not the word vomit.
So I just kept it simple this time. Was like, hey, I've noticed you've been in my group for a while. I don't believe I've ever sent you a sample. Would you like to try Color Street? And I've literally got 5 answers yesterday out of the 20. I messaged 20 people. So I mean, 5 isn't bad.
Right. Well, and the other thing is I always write down when I message people, because like you said, if they don't answer the first time, I will follow up about 7 to 10 days later and I will say, hey, Shawna, I'm just circling back. I sent you a message, last week, the week before, whatever. I just wanted to see if you were interested. And a lot of times people might open it and they forget to reply. They might open it and then their phone rings and they forget to reply. They might open it and then their kid comes up and asks for something and they forget to reply. Like just because they open it and don't reply doesn't mean that they don't want to talk to you or that the answer is no. They may have just gotten busy. Like there are so many times I open messages and I personally forget to reply. So it happens. So don't feel bad if you circle back and say, hey, I'm just following up. I shot you a message last week about sending you a free sample. Are you interested? And they'll probably say, oh my gosh, yes, I want that. I meant to reply. I forgot. So like Shawna said, don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to try again. And don't be afraid of the word no, because it happens. And if they say no, then say, okay, if there's somebody that might want a free catalog, want a free sample, want to host a party, want to join my team. I mean, ask for referrals. Shawna talked about that in the beginning, where she was asking for referrals. She's messaging her VIPs and she's asking them. They know, like, and trust her, so they want to support her. So they are sending referrals her way. So it's all about making those connections.
I have the list of 20 people, and I even have like wrote down whether they answered me or not, so that I know, like, okay, I got an answer from this, these people. So like you said, like in a week or so, like I can go back and be like, okay, like message them again. I don't know if you got my message, but
Yeah. Okay, so you would say to turn your business around, you would nail your week. And then what was the other thing? Did you get to that one yet? Or are we still talking about nailing your week?
I don't even know what the second one was. I know nail your week is definitely very key. Getting those samples on customers, that's literally going to make or break you, I feel like. Because if you're not sharing and sending your samples, then how are you getting new customers and things like that?
I feel like it's the basics, and all the basics come from that nail your week form. And that's sampling people, that's following up, that's doing nail bars, that's going live in your VIP group, like all the things. So, I mean, I kind of feel like it boils down to the nail your week form, because even on the nail your week form, it has a spot for new connections, where you should be making new connections every week. And you can do that by doing what Shawna said and messaging those VIPs that are not commenting, that are being quiet in your group. And some of you have VIP groups with hundreds and hundreds of people. So you've got work to do. You can start right there and break it down into however many people you want, but make it a goal to message X amount of people every day or every week, and start making those connections and start sending out those samples. Then follow up with those samples, and those samples will probably order. And if they can't order, then that's your opportunity to say, well, let's get you some nails for free or some lip products for free by hosting a party. So it's all about those connections. That's what it all boils down to. And there's no secret sauce to this business. I mean, you have to put in the work, you have to be committed, and you have to show up.
And make it you. Like, that was the other one I said. That's why I brought my business card and the thank you card out, is because how many stylists use those graphics groups? Like, I know a girl that was recently added to my group. Her friend sells Color Street, which is fine. I like it that she's in my group because she comments, like she's active, like on game nights and anything that I post, which is good. I really like that. But there was a game night the other night where I did, like, there was like this mixing bowl that had fall nails, and some people were guessing on it. And I said, everyone is way over. Does anyone want to re-guess? And she commented on there and said, I can't, because I already know the answer. My friend did this last week. So just keep in mind that too, because like I said, mine is all about like friends, my little penguins. So I do multiple things that doesn't even have to be about friends. Like, I just make it more personable to me. Like, I just scheduled one for October on Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Here's a picture of my kids from 2 years ago. Show me a throwback picture of your kids. Like, it's not nails and sales, because yes, they are buying nail polish, but ultimately they're buying you. So, and
I love that, making it personal. And you guys will notice in your groups, when you post just the traditional graphics that are going around versus posting something personal, you will get a lot more interaction on personal things. And I will tell you an example right now, and I'm going to wrap this up because we've been on here 30 minutes, but in a party, I needed a post to schedule in this party. So when I need something on the fly, I will always resort to the show me your last photo in your camera roll, because that people love to talk about themselves, their kids, their pets, their life. So in this party, I posted a picture of my son standing on first base at his baseball game. And I said, show me the last photo in your camera roll. You guys, the amount of comments that were on that post, because people want to show you their life. It's being personal. It's letting people have the opportunity. If you ask them to share something about themselves, or you ask something that they get to share their opinion, the comments will blow up. Like, go in your group right now and ask people if they prefer Coke or Pepsi. Tell me how many comments are on that. Ask people if they prefer summer or fall. See how many comments are on that. Like, just little things like that. Do you prefer coffee or iced tea? People comment because they want to share their opinion. They want to talk about themselves. That's just how we are. What else do you have, Shawna? Are we good? Can we wrap it up, or do we got more?
I really think I'm looking over my notes here that I had wrote down. See, I talked about me messaging my VIPs to expanding my network. Really,
I said her VIPs like to talk about food. You guys, that's a good tip right there.
Oh yeah, food is like a big one. I've done multiple posts in mine where like, which one would you like get rid of when they have like all those posts of like 7 or 8 different things. My VIPs love those.
So I want to tell you guys too, while Shawna's looking at her notes, Christine also said the branding brings a new dimension of fun into your business. So this is really like a whole nother training. And I may actually call on some of the branding gurus and Team No Excuses to do a training on this. But I will tell you, any of you that have seen trainings from Lindsay Hendricks, that girl is bomb. Her little boy Porter has an obsession with dinosaurs. Anybody that knows Lindsay knows Porter has an obsession with dinosaurs. So she made her branding for her business a dinosaur. The dinosaur's name is Claudia the dinosaur. And that's all from Porter. So like, building your business around something like Friends, Shawna is obsessed with Friends. So her business is incorporated with Friends. So that really is a lot of fun. If you don't have branding for your business, you can easily come up with whatever it is and incorporate that into your business, and then get on Canva or any of these sites where you can build your own logo. You can come up with a fun logo. You can come up with graphics that are all branded to your business. You can put your logo on your nail fees when you take nail fees. Like, it's a lot of fun to incorporate your branding into your business.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with mine. I have a few people in my group that are really obsessed with Friends, and I went through Fiverr, which is the same place that I think Lindsay went through on hers. And it really wasn't expensive. Like, they had the first logo I didn't like because the wording of it looked like Disney's wording. And they had a different penguin that was blue, but it had the Friends like writing. And I asked them if they could change that for me to have the Friends writing, and they did. And I think I only paid like $23 for mine. Like, it really wasn't expensive. And like, I use that logo, and I've been becoming more familiar with Canva to make like my own like graphics, like when I have a sale or something, that have my penguins and stuff like that on it. So people know like, oh, her penguins are out, like something must be going on. So
I love that.
That's a big hit.
Yes. Tiffany commented and said she just rebranded. She's archiving her old group and starting over, quality over quantity. And that is so true, you guys. Some of you that have been around for a really long time, and maybe you're trying to relaunch right now, it may be best for you to just start from scratch instead of trying to like, reuse the group that you've had that might be stagnant and the algorithms are in the garbage. It might be, better just to start fresh, and then maybe pull your top contributors from your old group and invite them to the new group, and then, just organically grow your new group.
Don't rely on Facebook notifications to tell someone something. I have a perfect example of this. Danielle, when something exciting is coming, you tag at everyone on that post. Granted, I see it, but I don't get the notification for that until 2 days later. This has happened to me like 3 days this week, that even something that you just tagged me in, like the other night when I think it was like the top 6 or something, and I was on there. Yeah.
You didn't get it?
I didn't get it. I only seen it in my news feed because somebody that I'm friends with commented on it. And that's how I seen it. So then I looked, and then like later it'll show up. Danielle tagged you in Team No Excuses. And so I go and look thinking that it's something new. And I'm like, oh, that
Two
was a
days old.
yeah, literally. So do not rely on Facebook notifications for, people to see something about like Halloween nails or something that you have going on, because it's not that they're ignoring you. They might not see it. A girl that is on my page, I did that live for the subscription box, and the girl that won posted a picture about it for me the other night to give a review about the lip balm because it was in there. And the VIP posted like, what, did I miss something? Subscription boxes? So like she never got no notification, no nothing for that live that I did, never seen it. I went back in and tagged her in it, and now she's like all excited about the subscription boxes. So Facebook notifications are not always on our side when it comes to when we're posting and tagging stuff. So if you really want people to see it, like, hey, send a message like, hey, did you just see this?
Yeah.
Especially if you know it's something they're going to be interested in.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I typically always message my top VIPs when I'm doing anything like a new launch, a bulk order, anything like that. I'll typically message them. So that's a very good point. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up. I know we've been live for a long time. There has been a lot shared on this training. Oh my goodness. Like, I feel like I should have been taking notes. So if you don't mind, let us know something that you took away from this, something that you're going to change about your business, incorporate into your business. Let us know your biggest takeaway from this. Shawna, thank you for coming
You're
on,
welcome.
sharing with us. This has been great. I love it. Like, this is going to be one that's definitely replayed. I know that for sure. So you guys, thank you for hanging out with us, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.